This week on the Bluffs Sports Zone, on the edge, in the Unidome, the Reavers and Rangers put up or arena ball. The Iowa Western men a jamming good time. Full court pressure. For the ladies, there is no other way. And wrestle with this. The doors are open to the Reavers' new home. One word, beautiful. Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to our latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone. Well, this is it, baby, and I'm not just talking another graphic edge bowl, because this is not just another game. For my money, Iowa Western has a lot more on the line than just another one in the win column. You see, the Reavers, bumped out of the national championship picture, get the next best thing. Another school from the so-called Little SEC. Another team just itching with talent and just dying to prove that it's as good as the Big Blue and more. After all the talk, it's time. First quarter already up 3-0. The Rangers drive 99 yards in 9 plays. Quarterback Jack Abraham, the quarterman Sloan, off to the races, 32 yards. Abraham, then a quick slant to Javonta Payton, 11 yards for the score, 10-0 Northwest Mississippi. But the Reavers respond. QB Kai Loxley, 17 yards, first down. Loxley, who was 22 of 34 in the first half alone, hits Anthony Turner down to the 8. 2 plays later, number 3 to number 8 again. 7-yard TD strike. Coach and QB down 10-7 after 1. Big Blue misses a 45-yard field goal. The dark side steps up. Picked off by Kyle Hemby. The redshirt freshman in and out down to the Ranger 27-yard line. Eddie Ogamba is good, this time from 28 yards out. Tie game. Just over 5 minutes left in the half. Iowa Western, 9-play, 71-yard drive. Kai Loxley, 4 straight completions. Vincent Perry, one of his 14 catches for 109 yards, including this 5-yard touchdown grab. The home team heads into the break, having scored 17 unanswered points. Third quarter, Jack Abraham and the visitors marked 73 yards. The quarterback, 20 of 39, 209 yards and 2 TDs. Ouch! This 14-yarder to Pro Wells cuts the lead to 17-16. Iowa Western storms right back, 84 yards the other way. Mekhi Sargent for 28. The redshirt freshman 127 of his 144 yards in the second half. Kai Loxley finishes it off. Nobody's home from 10 yards out, 24-16. The Rangers cut it to 24-19 in the fourth. Reavers respond again. Loxley, his third TD pass of the day. 3 yards to Mike Hill, 29-19. Next drive, the redshirt sophomore, 31 of 45, 270 yards on the run to Mike Hill. Nick Singleton with the exclamation point. Extra effort. Coach Scott Strohmeyer, all wet. Third-ranked Iowa Western humbles number 5 Northwest Mississippi, 36-19.
I'm so happy for our guys because we answered in the second half. Every time they scored, we answered the bell, which I thought was huge.
I felt like the up-tempo offense was the difference maker along with your quarterback. You tired them out. They couldn't keep setting the defense, etc.
And honestly, that's what the plan was coming in. That's why we had to sustain some drives. And then when you go into the third and fourth quarter, that's when it's really we're going to see the results.
They came out quick, man. We knew they were going to have some energy. But, just like this season, we continue to keep striving and just having confidence and faith in ourselves. And, our team came out strong.
It came down to the run game. They keyed on the pass first half, but I knew we had to put the ball on the ground, And the O-line helped out a lot with that.
Just that edge we got here at Iowa Western. We got that dog in it, like I like to say. We got that dog. We don't stop until the game over with.
We felt like we had something to prove, They with the rankings and stuff like that. We felt like we had to come out and prove to everybody we're the best team in the country.
We had to prove, to our junior college world that we're a pretty darn good football team, and You know, I said it a long time ago. I said it about week 7. I thought Northwest Mississippi was the best team, top team in the country, and they lived up to it today. But we're pretty good too.
The Reavers close out their season in style. Iowa Western ends the year at a stellar 11-1. Big Blue now 5-1 in the Graphic Edge Bowl. Now, I went into this game expecting a track meet. I went into this big showdown expecting a lot of fireworks. And each team over 400 yards of total offense. Now look at Kai Loxley. Again, 31 of 45, 270 yards and 4 touchdowns. No doubt, offensive MVP. Mekhi Sargent, like the Energizer Bunny in the second half, just kept going and going. The redshirt freshman, 144 yards. Now Sargent breaks the school record with 1,442 for the season, breaking the old mark set by Akis Teague of 1,343. Vincent Perry, over 100 yards receiving. What a year he and his fellow receivers have had. Now, East Mississippi knocks off Arizona Western 31-28 in the designated national championship game. But heck, the Northwest Mississippi head coach has now played them both, the Reavers and the Lions. And he said Iowa Western's the best team in the country. So make of that what you will. No matter how you look at it, another fantastic season for Scott Strohmeyer and the Reavers. Getting technical with some Mavericks. Another classic, another running and gunning with the Scouts. Good to the last shot when we come back.
We asked a group of employees what makes our bank special, and here is what they said.
We're available to help our community grow.
We are available to explain the benefits of electronic banking.
Being available to our customers and communities is not only what ties us together, but also what you want most from your financial institution. And our new name says just that. Welcome to Avela Bank.
Here are a few holiday reminders from the Council Bluffs Recycling Center. Food, styrofoam, bags of any sort, and bows are not acceptable items for recycling. Food and beverage containers, aluminum foil, wrapping and tissue paper, broken down cardboard, and most cards are recyclable at the curb or at drop-off recycling containers. Collection may be delayed due to holidays. Check cbrecycles.com to see if your collection is affected. Happy holidays from the Council Bluffs Recycling Center.
This portion of the Bluff Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill Meyer Woodring Family-Owned Funeral Home, serving Council Bluffs in Southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
You know, November basketball is always a puzzle for head coaches. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Who's in and who's out? And then there's the travel. The Iowa Western women have been on the road for what, 3 weeks? 5 games. Drop the first 2, win the last 3. Now, Big Blue is back home for just 1 before hitting the highway again. J.J. Johns and the Reavers come out ready to rock. Inside, Kiara Dahlman. Outside to Nene Williams for 3. And let's not forget that defense. The home team forces 18 turnovers. Williams with the finish. And it's 20-7 Big Blue after one. On the D side, Delia Ania Gaja, one of her 3 steals. Iowa Western shoots 75% the first half alone. Zanaya Jackson stops and pops. The freshman from Sweden, Julia Raflund, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 41-17 Reavers dance break. Big Blue picks up where it left off in the second half. Dahlman, one of 5 in double figures with 12 points. Gaja knocks down 15. Iowa Western 7 threes. The Reavers run right through Ellsworth, 80-47.
Obviously, we're happy with the win. When you think about 4 games in 5 days, that's incredibly tough. So that it required a lot of toughness, and in the style of play that we do, we push the ball, we run. We're not slow down and just walk the ball up.
I think it was a great game. We brought up for non-negotiables, so we did pressure the ball and we got some steals, made some easy buckets.
We've gotten so much better from the beginning of the season to now, and working as a team, and we're finally getting that chemistry together and just working as a unit, and we're getting so much better.
What I think is really important is the girls are starting to recognize their roles and taking pride in what they can give to the team. And so that's really important because they need to understand that whatever role you've been given, whatever role you do for the team, it's important.
The Reavers win their 4th straight game by 21 points or more. Big Blue back home Friday, December 8th against Northwest Kansas Tech. What about the guys? Now the Reavers in midst of a 4-game homestand. Now I've said before, the Reavers have a lot of talent, and I'm not just talking 1 through 5. Now having all that ability is one thing, but knowing how to use it is another. The Reavers run in having scored 100 or more points in 3 of their last 4 games. Seesaw struggle with MCC Penn Valley. Jacardo Day with the floater. The Scouts cut at the 1 along the baseline. With Patrick Dembley, 11 first-half points, and it's 28-24 Big Blue. The visitors turn the ball over 8 times before the break. Dembley with the finish. The Scouts grab a 32-30 lead. Roy Meeke hits. The home team closes out the half 8-0 run. Isaiah Wade. And 1. Number 1 to number 2. Javon Smith. Iowa Western 38-32 at the break. Second half, Sean Doss to the hole, 59-51 Reavers. But the visitors staying close, and it's 61-53. Big Blue 5 of 19 three-point land. Dembley, 69-58.
You can't do that. You hit a 3 and then nobody picks up the damn ball. Figure out who you got right now. We get off the ball.
The sophomore from Minnesota pours in 34 points. Dembley knocks down 3 trays. Penn Valley hanging around. Inside, Jacardo Day gives Big Blue a 12-point lead, 3:33 to play. Iowa Western 25 of 36 from the line. It's a 3-point game. Seconds left. The Reavers hold off a very game team of Scouts 86-83.
Look at the game, I thought for 40 minutes, I thought we were the better team for most of that 40 minutes. But, you got to finish games out.
It ended with a good play by my man Isaiah Wade. He took a nice charge. That sealed the game for us. They was fouling, so he was hitting free throws, so that's how we ended up with the win.
It most definitely wasn't an easy win. We had to just keep grinding, keep hard work. Practice how we play. We go hard in practice, so we brought it out there on the court, put our all into it. At the end of the day, came up with the W.
I think our guys are starting to feel more comfortable on their role now, and I think you had to have that the last 2 ball games because guys understand what position on the floor they play.
Reavers win their 5th game in a row and are now 5-1 on their home court. Next up, the Iowa Western Basketball Classic Tournament. Check out the Matt Palace behind left field, worth 6 points and more. The Arena Classic is next. 2 down, 2 to go after the break.
For 3 decades, thousands of Southwest Iowa athletes have relied on our team, Jenny Ed Sports Med. Our sole focus is to prevent, diagnose, and treat your sports injury. And with our partners at Ortho Nebraska, we assure you'll get your own personal roadmap back to action. Don't forget about our free walk-in clinic, open every Saturday morning, August through October. Jenny Ed Sports Med.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
All right, so the Reavers 2-0 during their current homestand. How about 2 more in 2 days? The Iowa Western Basketball Classic tips off the first 2 days of December. Now, the sun rises with a Christian Academy team and then sets with a club a little more technical. Here's IDUB TV student Matt Stein.
The 20th ranked Reavers look to kick off the Reaver Classic Tournament by seizing its 10th win of the season against Sunrise Christian Academy. IDUB struggles in the first half, giving open shots, missing shots, and rebounding troubles all contribute to the Reavers' rocky start. Yet it wasn't all woes and blows. Shadid Shabazz cashes in this stolen pass for 2. Javon Smith brought the fire back into the house. The sophomore reignites the crowd, 44-40, home team at the half. Second half, Big Blue comes out on fire. Sophomore star Patrick Demley knocks down 3 of his 15 points. But the real star of the night was Isaiah Wade, the sophomore, grabbing rebounds and making shots. Wade ends with a double-double, 24 points and 13 rebounds. Iowa Western also capitalizing off fast breaks. IDUB goes on to seal the deal, beating the Buffaloes 103-88.
Well, I agree. I don't think we were ready to compete. You know, I thought we were there in body, but not in spirit. I just thought we kind of baited in and fell into their tempo a little bit. We were a little lethargic. I didn't think we had a lot of focus and purpose. That's the thing. I'll never bat an eye at starting off 10-1. You know, there's a lot of teams in the country that don't have 10 wins yet, and so I mean it's a collaborative effort, you know, over the course of this season, and you know, and it's really probably amazing that we've gotten to this point without having one lackluster effort.
IDUB runs its record to 10-1 on the season. The Reavers take on the Mavericks of Northwest Kansas Technical College the next night. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Matt Stein.
Thanks, Matt. Now, the Reavers close out the tournament the next night. And again, it's as much about winning as it is about finding the right chemistry, setting that rotation for when conference play comes around.
A clash of 10-win teams battled it out at Kingsville Arena. First half, Emmanuel Uma says, "Not in my house." Following play, one guy misses and another one doesn't. The Mavericks' Miles Gibson shoots and hits nothing but net. The Reavers lead 44-31 going into the half. Second half, the big man Ugba hits a quick shot to start off the half. The Mavs' Shajir Lawson drives for a score to bring it to single digits. Patrick Dimbley, who leads with 21 points, to Javon Smith. The Reavers win 84-73.
Northwest is 10-2 for a reason. You know, there aren't many teams in the country that have 10 wins already this year. We're one of them, and so were they. And so when you have two teams with 10 wins, you know, they know how to win. But when it got to 71-69, we called the timeout. We're up 2. There's about 7.5 minutes to go. All I told our guys was, it doesn't matter how you got to this point. We're still ahead, and we just got to be better for the remaining, 7:38.
Iowa Western travels to Sioux City Tuesday night, December 5th, to face Morningside University JV. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Terry Wellness.
Next up, our play of the week. I know one thing, it's indoors. And speaking of inside, how about a 6-star wrestling mecca on the other side?
Bye-bye.
Get home safe.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Council Bluffs is a growing, vibrant community. It's becoming a modern 21st century community.
We will be the largest free Wi-Fi hotspot in the United States.
Our vision is about building a community where families want to live and businesses want to locate.
We see that as a great potential enhancement for future growth in the city.
It's been a program on the rise. It's been ranked number 1, number 2 in each of the last 2 years, and it gets better. The Iowa Western Wrestling program has some new digs, and dig this. Along with a football facility, it stands alone, at or near the top in all of JUCO land. Now, forget about a majority decision or tech fall. This new building is easily a first period pin. Nationals last year, 184-pound final. Preston Lauterbach makes history. The sophomore becomes Iowa Western's first national champion. Lauterbach is immortalized on the wall at the new Reaver Performance Athletic Center. Also upstairs, the wrestling facilities are of championship caliber as well.
It's big. It's big. It's a lot bigger than what we had in the old gym. And then when you walk into the building, it's pretty spectacular. We have all the TVs, all the video stuff to analyze video. The locker room's fantastic. We have everything that we need.
Man, this place is nice. It's real nice. Our own lockers, our nameplates up on the lockers, just make it our own kind of place. We can come in here and just hang out with each other and talk if we want to.
Wow, this is crazy. I mean, there's no other JUCO in this country with a facility like this. Going from what we had to this it's like hitting the lotto.
Made training a little easier, much more functional. You know, we have more mat space. We don't have guys going over top of each other, getting hurt doing that. So we have a lot more space for that. I think it creates value for the guys. You know, when they come in, they see a nice facility. I think they're a little extra motivated by that.
I'm there this year for sure, and just got to keep working. And it makes everybody want to work hard with this kind of facility like this.
You see all this artwork and everything they're putting in here, you have to succeed. You know, this is a facility for success, facility of champions. We got to be champions.
So in the end, you go from the outhouse to the penthouse.
Yeah, it's definitely a big step up, and so we just need to get the results now.
The results will come in late February. Iowa Western hosts the NJCAA National Tournament for the third year in a row. But for now, a lot of blood, sweat, and wow. The Reaver Performance Athletic Center once again proof positive that champions do play or wrestle in Reaver country. Now it's time for our play of the week. Put on your crash helmets because here he comes. The Iowa Western men's basketball team wins 4 straight at home. Look out, Ricardo Day, monster jam, as the Reavers outgut MCC Penn Valley by 3. Ricardo Day with our play of the week. Say what? One more show and we're fini for 2017? You gotta be kidding me. You're not? Cool, fool. Now remember, as always, to keep it here for more news and information in your community by tuning in to the Council Bluffs News with Brandon Taverdi. And so for this latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm JJ Davis. And as always, I'll see you around.